Hello friends, welcome back to Cosmopolitan Cornbread. My name is Constance and I find myself in a bit of a pickle. I don't know how long this video is going to be because the battery is not fully charged. It was giving me the little half charged symbol, and I just realized I think I left my charger in Alabama. I don't remember packing it. I remember plugging it in to charge a battery. I don't remember ever unplugging it and putting it away. So this may be a short video, and it puts me in a pickle because you can't just go and buy these batteries anywhere. You've got to order them, and unfortunately I don't have any other spare batteries. I do have spare batteries for my other camera, the one that I shipped off to be repaired. However, I have no idea how long that's going to take, and I do have two other old cameras, but I don't know if either of them will work besides this one. I kind of think that they had messed up audio. I might test them and see, because I do have batteries and chargers for those. I'll just have to kind of try them out and see. And if it's not one thing, it's another, right? So in my video the other day that I had shared last week, I talked about letting the chickens free roam the property. And I had a couple of people, I think, were misunderstanding what I was saying when I said I was just letting the chickens go and do their chicken thing. I'm not letting them loose to live in the wild. They will still sleep in the chicken coop at night. That chicken coop is closed up, snug at night. Of course, it's just the simple cattle panel one, but we've still got a string of fencing that we can charge to keep animals from getting near the coop. But as far as during the day, they are out and about, they're doing all their happy chicken things. We're just not keeping them contained in a fenced area with the chicken coop like we have been doing since we moved here. In Alabama, they were allowed to free roam the property. We kind of went back and forth. Do we keep them penned up? Do we let them out? And yeah, when you let them free roam the property, sometimes they might start laying in spots where they're not supposed to. But most of the time, they still lay in the chicken coop in the nesting boxes. So there's always going to be pros and cons either way, whether you keep them penned up or you let them free roam, free range the property. Now, as far as predators go, yeah, they are prone to predators, but they're prone to predators when they're inside a fence too. We've lost chickens to hawks, and a fence, a fenced-in area is not going to keep a hawk out. I have thought about stringing up like a fishing line with CDs hanging and stuff like that. That you put that sort of reflective stuff out, and the hawks don't like that. They won't come near it. But then you've got to look at it. And honestly, I just think a bunch of CDs hanging from strings in the trees is gaudy. It's an eyesore. I don't want to look at that. There's lots of places for the chickens to hide. We've got lots of trees. There's shrubs. There's still the chicken coop. There's the sheds. So there's lots of places for the chickens to run and get shelter from a predator. And like I said, a fence isn't going to stop a predator. We had, I was sure, a bobcat that was jumping the fence at night. Either a bobcat or a coyote. Probably a bobcat though, because it was easily jumping over that fence. It's just, that's how it is. Unless you keep your chickens locked up in the Fort Knox of chicken coops, they're going to be susceptible to predators. You just have to learn to have a balance with nature and hope for the best. But I talked about this in a video a while back when we were having a problem with a hawk. I would just rather let the chickens live happy, doing their chicken thing, and lose one here or there to a predator, because you're going to lose them periodically anyways, and I would rather the chickens live a happy life. And so that's kind of where I'm at with that. This evening, I am headed off to a concert. I'm looking forward to that. I don't go to concerts and stuff like that very often, but this is an artist that I actually, I really enjoy, and Willow would probably love this concert if she was old enough to go to one, because he has a song that she has to have on repeat, and we have to play it for her every single day on YouTube. It is the Shabbat Shalom song by Joshua Aaron, and I think it's just called the Shalom Song or something like that, but we call it the Shabbat Shalom song, and she loves it. Oh my goodness, she waves at the children, she makes me wave at the children, and she would play it all day long if you would let her. But yeah, she loves that song. If you haven't heard it, if you're not familiar with it, I'll put a link to his video here on YouTube in the video description underneath this one. So like I said, I'm just gonna kind of keep this short today. I've got to figure out this camera issue, and I do need to film a video tomorrow. I had that trip to Alabama that was very unexpected because that was not on the schedule. It was kind of a last minute thing, and so last week when I would have been filming my next home ec video, I was in Alabama. So tomorrow I have to film my home ec lesson for this week. I do them every other week. So I need to figure out this camera situation so that I can do that and get that put up. But just one other thing, those of you who are prayer warriors, I would appreciate prayers about something. I went to this conference last week in Texas, and there was a particular topic that I was really excited to see someone talk about because it's a topic that I love studying, I love digging into, and a friend of mine who was there, she was not aware of this topic at all, had never learned anything about it, and I'm like, oh, this is so amazing, you're going to love it. Well, I found the talk disappointing. The speaker is very entertaining. She's a very good speaker, but there's just so many layers to this topic that I think it was such a missed opportunity. And it is something that I've talked about in the past, but as I was sitting there listening to this talk, I was like, I should write a book about this. I should write a Bible study about this because it is such an amazing thing, and I don't know. I was left disappointed, and I felt like it could have been done so much better. But I've talked about writing books in the past. I've kind of thrown around the idea. I even started writing a cookbook there several years ago, but I'm a busy person, and I can only do so many things. So I'm just praying about whether I should do that or not, whether I should write a book about it or not, or if I should do a video series on this particular topic, or maybe both. So I'm going to be praying about this. It's kind of funny because a few days ago I had a friend reach out to me out of the blue, brought up this exact same topic, and wanted to know if I'd ever heard of this. And I'm like, is that a confirmation, Lord? Am I supposed to do this? So I'm just going to be praying, and if I have one more person out of the blue come up and bring up this very topic to me, I think that might be a confirmation that I need to do that. So those of you who pray, I would appreciate it if you said a prayer for me about that, for the Lord's direction, and because I don't want to ever do anything that is not in His will for me to do. I don't ever want to get off track. So that is it for today. Like I said, short one because I got to figure out this whole battery for the camera situation. So you can look forward to a new video on Tuesday for the home ec series, which are generally every other week. And then the rest of the week will be the regular schedule as well. So thanks for joining me here at the homestead. My name is Constance from Cosmopolitan Cornbread, and I will talk to y'all next time.